I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do? Maybe I'm just not a happy-go-lucky person. So silly. What is he doing? Wow. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you? you guys are new, please subscribe. That'd be helping me out a lot. I'd appreciate it. See, I'm doing pretty good. I went and ate tacos tonight. So anytime after tacos, I'm doing pretty good. I'm super full though. What? That kind of sounds like a real gangster name. A real gangster name of some sort. Tonight I had birria tacos. And it was pretty good. It's like shredded beef, I think. And God loves you as well. So now I'm just at home chilling out. I don't like to dip those. I take the spoon and I put it inside the taco. Does that make sense? Like I take the dip and I pour it inside and let it squirt all out and everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad. No, it was actually a little restaurant. I've been going to the same restaurant since I can remember, like 2000, 2003, 2004. It's like the same. I've been going to that same place for a long time. I'm on Amazon looking for another phone stand. What is horchata? What is that? Let me look it up. Isn't that a drink? I thought it was a drink. Yeah, it's a drink. Yeah, I like it. I think I got to be careful with some of that stuff because I don't know what's really in it. Let me see what's in it. When I drink that, I don't usually drink a lot of it. Yeah, I've had it plenty of times. I like it, but I don't drink a lot of it usually. Yeah, it's pretty good. Why are you gonna make me some? Oh, oh boy. Oh, dying over here. Dang. Yo, what's up? I'm doing all right. How are you? What's going on tonight? I was sitting here going through Amazon. I'm looking for another phone stand. I swear I break a phone stand like every other week. I don't have kids. What? I'm guessing. What? Great. Oh shit. Not sure, bro. What's up, Paulie? How you doing, man? What? I did not know that. I'm doing all right, man. I went and got dinner. I ate tacos tonight, which totally ate too much. And then did some running around, so I'm just back at home now. Check on my socials and all this nonsense. What? Nuh I don't believe it. Stan, maybe. iPhone. Jeez. Mount. Yeah, I don't know if these are facts, bro. What? That doesn't even make sense. When? You didn't give me no money, bro. Why you lacking while it's cracking? Nothing shaking over here, bro. I don't shake it too often. Ooh, here's a good one. Like in Forrest Gump. Yeah, I mean, we're moving into the spring, so I can see where California be getting hit pretty hard right now. If we get close to the spring, I mean dude, that ocean weather is scary. Well, I mean, it's either that or like when that weather hits the Rocky Mountains, it always comes out the other side like tornadoes and crazy hail and stuff like right now is the stormy season. Yeah, it's still cold here. Today it was actually pretty warm though. Let me see. I got up early and it was still like 30, but it got warm. I rode my bike today. It was like 42 today with the sun out. It was like sunny and 42 today. Yeah, just to give you an idea, like I rode my mountain bike with two t-shirts and a sweatshirt, and that was it. And I was out there for a long time. I had a crazy long bike ride today. Um, about that Prime question, I don't know, but back in the day, do you know that Liddell and Rampage fought in Pride? Do you know that? Not to mention, I've met both those guys. Chuck Liddell's a big dude. Well, Liddell beat him multiple times. Rampage, I think, was it like 2-2, but I think Liddell beat, or Rampage beat Liddell. Maybe it was like 2-1 Rampage. I think Rampage beat him twice and Liddell only beat him once or something. I'd have to look it up. No, Chuck fought, I think Chuck fought Rampage 3 times. And I think Chuck might have won one of them. Well, yeah, this is why like I don't do this like make believe stuff because neither of them were in their primes. One of them is more mature than the other in like the fight world. I mean, that's like a lot of this stuff I don't like. I try not to imagine what it would be like. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I think Rampage beat him. I know Rampage beat Chuck twice at least, but I think they fought 3 times. Again, like when people start comparing these fighters and stuff, a lot of these fighters are in different weight classes, like it almost shows like the fan base doesn't even know what they're talking about most of the time. You're trying to compare fighters that are in different weight classes. They're fighters that shouldn't be fighting anyway. Um, Another thing is when it comes to the PED use, like you'll see a guy that's ramped out on PEDs and they're like, oh, that was his prime. No, he was on drugs. Like it's not the same thing. I don't know. That's why I don't really like do any comparisons or, yeah, I try to stay away from the imaginary stuff. Most of the time, no. Like people say stuff to me all the time that it just goes to show that they really don't know what they're talking about. Bro, I just threw a polo on. Like that's all I did. I threw like a polo shirt on. That's it. But I'm trying to think. Like every now and then I'll get somebody who understands, like really understands MMA that kind of gets it. What up, Tech? How you doing, bro? Yeah, this actually is. It's an Under Armour golf. It's like a golf shirt, but whatever. I have some other really nice golf shirts, some Callaway shirts and stuff like that. Dang, you're living that blessed life. Me, I'm waiting for the blessing. I've been waiting, bro. Yeah, when people say stuff like that, it's like you got to imagine it, right? First off, but I can't imagine it because they're in different weight classes. It's two totally different styles. You can't even imagine it. So that's what I try to stay away from that imaginary stuff. Bro, I'll tell you right now, I am not living that life, bro. I am not living that life. I really hope it comes soon, bro. So did you lose your $5? Was it the $5 bet again? Damn it. There goes that $5. I've been trying to figure out how to cash out my I got some money on my Cash App, so I got to figure out how to get that money and how to use it. I got to admit, I'm not the type of person to sit down and watch sports. I never really have been. So, um, all that stuff, it depends on the event. It depends on who those fighters are. There's all sorts of things you got to put together, but I don't really, I've never really been one to sit down and watch these events. Hello, how are you? You're having $5 battles every other day. Right, like sometimes like as a trained guy or like as an athlete, you'll watch some of these events and realize like the low skill level of some people and it just like makes you want to turn it off. Yeah, when it comes to like the idea of things being rigged, I don't think so. I mean, I know that personally I've been in situations where you don't understand the play calling. Like you have a dominant quarterback, or you have a dominant running back, or you have a dominant defense, and they're just making calls that don't make sense. So, but I don't know. The idea of something being rigged is kind of difficult these days. I would say even more difficult than ever. No, I've never been a personal trainer. Like, I've done some assistant stuff, but that's about it. Best out of three. So you got to bump it up to like $10 on the third one. Okay, so I do kind of believe in this. I do believe that they're trying to expand some of these sports. So there is a lot to be said about the revenue. They want to make more revenue. So I can see that. Yeah, I don't know how they would rig it though. I don't know any foreigners. I don't know any foreigners. So it takes me out. Yeah, bump it up to $10 for the third game. Then go hard. Bro, you should see all these golf balls I'm trying to clean right now. Like, I just don't want to do it. Like I said, the only way I can see certain things being rigged is like through play calling or, yeah, I mean, it can't be out in the open, that's for sure. Um, I never, to be honest, it really didn't matter who I fought. I really didn't care for fighting one in particular person. I think that one of my bigger goals was to fight for a title, which I was really close. Um, I think that's about all you can ever try to do in MMA is like fight for a UFC title. That's a pretty big deal. I mean, I thought about selling the golf balls, but it's a whole lot of work for a whole lot of nothing, you know. Maybe you're gonna have to wear the knee braces for 18. What? Come on, bro. Come on. Like, you're going next level on this scam. Yeah, we'll never know. I mean, again, I wouldn't mind making some kind of comeback or whatever, but I would definitely have to have a reason to do it. Bro, get the knee braces. Hey, maybe they have what is Elon Musk thing? The microchip in the head. Personally, bare knuckle isn't worth it to me because I really believe I'd probably break my hand. Once you break your hands, I mean, that just cripples you for the rest of your life, you know. You can put in for the BKFC, but unless they pay me something significant or give me a significant contract, it's not worth it for me. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm all about it. It just has to be, I just take it really serious, so it has to be worth it in the end. Like I said, a sponsorship, contracts, something. That's not well, it's a really old video, but somebody sent it to me. Somebody had that on their phone, I guess, forever and sent it to me. Right. It has to make literal sense. Dollars and cents. Oh no. Job interview went really well. I didn't get an offer, but it seems that they want to work with me in whatever way. But it seems like he's going to try to come up with like some kind of an offer. A guy wants to expand his business, so he was just looking for like basically partners in different branches. Oh man. So do you go to Hidden Hills every time you play? I talked to my friend about this. He was like, "Yeah, man. If that course is open, he's like he might go." Okay. Yeah, my buddy was saying he's like he might want to go over there. Yeah, I would just have to feel it out for tomorrow. I kind of do have some things going on. I got to meet somebody tomorrow. I have a lunch thing tomorrow. And like every day is a little different, but I do have somebody to meet tomorrow. I don't think there are any, I don't feel like I ever had any easy fights in MMA. I mean, definitely on like in like retrospect, like one fight would be easier than one other one, but like you never went into a match like knowing, okay, I got this one, it doesn't really work that way. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, you're right. I'm just like, I'm more like on a whim. Like I'll like just be sitting around and be like, okay, I'm gonna go do this right now. I'm not good at planning stuff. Like I said, I kind of forgot. I was like, do I have a lunch tomorrow? But I have like a lunch thing tomorrow, I think, and then I have like a dinner thing the next day. I really been thinking about going to the what is the golf range out there? The newer golf range thing. I can't remember the name of it. But it's out there right off the highway. What the hell do they call it? Not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm always like on the move. I'm like, you know what? I want to go do this thing, and I just go do it. But what is the driving range right off the highway? Fucking forget the name of it. Yeah, Iron Tea. I was thinking about going there. I don't even know how much it costs though. What? So you're gonna go golfing and then you're gonna go to Iron Tea? You're balling, bro. You must be living the good life. What are you driving? Escalade? You got an Escalade, bro? You're unemployed, but you're a baller. Platinum? You got F-150 Platinum? Team Lexus. That's what we need. Straight Lexus, son. I'll tell you what I've been looking at lately, and I know it's probably a bad choice, but I had one when I was younger. Is they have a new Dodge Daytona, and I believe it's an EV, but they're gonna make a gas powered one. And I think I like for whatever reason I got a bug to get one. Let me see what years they have. Dodge Daytona. Let me try 26. So they call it a Dodge Charger, but it's a Dodge Daytona. A Dodge 2026 Dodge Daytona. It's an electric muscle car. Peyton, come on, bro. Just admit it. You're a baller, son. So yeah, I want to get the two-door version, the new Dodge Daytona two-door version, but it's electric. Um, I'll tell you one of my favorite cars that I always liked, like when I saw people driving them was it's the, I'm gonna look this up to make sure I'm saying the right thing. I believe it was the Fox Body Mustang 5.0. The Fox Body Mustang 5.0 was pretty smooth, bro. Yeah, the Fox Body. That was a badass Mustang. I can't, dude. I had a Dodge Daytona when I was younger, and I love that car. And now that they made another one, I want to buy it. Yep, like from Boys in the Hood. That was the Fox Body. But they made it in a hard, they made the Fox Body in a hard top. They had a hard top, T-tops, and a drop top. But I like the hard top version of the Fox Body. IROC Zs were pretty sweet. The Tundra. You would buy foreign. It's not very American of you, Peyton. Hey, by the way, you said you're going to golf with your company? What are you talking about? What do you mean by you're going to golf with a company you work for? He's like, what? Umpiring? I'm trying to think of like foreign cars that I like. Not really sure, man. Once I got into 4x4 trucks, like that was it, bro. I didn't want anything else. I always just wanted a lifted truck. I didn't care about anything else. Right now, I drive a Dodge Ram, which is probably going to make Peyton mad over here. What is a 2024 what though? What is it? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, we're over here talking trash about cars and stuff. See, what's all the foreign cars, bro? Can't buy American? Oh, okay. Forerunner. Forerunners are pretty nice. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm just joking. It doesn't, I mean, it doesn't matter to me what you buy. I'm just joking around. I have had all kinds of different cars, but mostly, overall, mostly American. I think when it comes to vehicles, it's more like what you need the vehicle for. You know, like whatever the application of the vehicle, that's the best thing. You know, like sometimes you don't need a vehicle that'll do certain things. I mean, it's just how it goes. Yeah, I don't know, bro. If I could get a G-Wagon, I would. My buddy had a G-Wagon, and I'll tell you what, those things have mad power. They're like a smaller SUV, and they are so strong. Those things are really strong trucks. What are you talking about, bro? I don't have any money. What do you mean? I'm broke. I don't think I would ever want a Corvette, to be very honest. I haven't heard anything about the Viper. I'll look it up. Dodge Viper. Yeah, it looks like the last time they made Viper was 2017. And they quit making them. I got to drive a Viper one time. It was pretty cool. Oh, they do have one. They did bring it back, you're right. They have a 25 Dodge Viper SRT. But it looks like they made them in, it looks like they stopped making them around 2017 for some reason. Then they just made another one. Yeah, they made a night or 2025. The thing is, when I drove that guy's Viper, this guy let me drive his Viper for like a couple days. He let me borrow it. They have so much rear end power. Like, it's not a car you want to just drive around like casually. But when you get it out on the road, like the highway or something, that thing just flat out flies. But yeah, this guy let me borrow his Viper for like 3 days. It's pretty cool. So we've been having conversations about football. Our team, our YSF team from this past year did really well. So I got a call last week. We were talking about basically going into next year, next season, and they needed to know if I would do it again, and I definitely would. But they're trying to make some changes at the high school, and so hopefully by next season I'll be doing some more coaching. But it just depends on my situation. I gotta get myself together first. But yeah, I would love to do it. Best and worst locations. Well, that's kind of it's kind of a wild question to try to answer. All my experiences were great, but Las Vegas, Las Vegas was one of the best shows ever. Las Vegas MGM, 20, I think we did 23,000 people, something like that. That was amazing. I got a lot of stories about bad locations. But some of my better stories are like my amateur days or when I first got started. Another thing, guys, like, this is very serious. A lot of people don't put it into perspective that guys like me, when I started out, we did not go to a single match and just have one fight. We didn't do that. We didn't have one match. When we went somewhere to fight, we had either 3 or 4 matches. We had a tournament style fighting. So, and most of the time we're in a boxing ring. Cages, I didn't get to fight in a cage until like my 3rd pro match or something like that. So the early days were the better matches, even though they were in bad locations. Yeah, there's always an after party, those types of deals. There's always after parties. I stayed away from the ring girls. I was never really interested in ring girls. It's kind of a backstory to it, but I never was interested. I don't think Pride even did it like we did it. When you hear about okay, tell me what you think of the Pride style. What is Pride style? No, there was no YSF after parties. I was talking about fighting. A YSF after party is like burgers and fries at the local joint, whatever the local joint is. Okay, but again, like these, like when you guys talk about this stuff, it really can never go back to no weight classes. There's way too many competitors. Um, it wouldn't make any sense to go back to no weight classes. Um, I think it's better the way it is, to be very honest. I even think that with the addition of weight, like they're adding weight classes, which I don't think they should. I think they should do it kind of like boxing without adding these incremental weight classes. They should have like at least 15 to 25 pound separations in the weight classes. Well, whatever, the local burger joint, the local pizza joint, that's pretty much what we do after the games. Yeah, there was a time the lowest weight class was 155. So I do think it was good that they added the 145, then they went 135. And then with the women, I think they have different weight classes that go below that as well. But I think it was good that they added the weight classes because there's so many small competitors. There's way too many small competitors. So I do think it's good because it gives those guys a chance to compete at those lower weight classes. A lot of those guys would never get to compete. And then they'd run into guys at 155 pounds that were cutting down from like 175. You get a 175-pound guy, cuts down to 155. He comes back to the match. He's 165 pounds or more, 167. He's a monster. Oh my God, that guy was a beast. But I don't think he ever really did anything in the sport, but that dude was a beast. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, that guy was so jacked. He was unbelievably jacked. He was like my era. And when I saw him at weigh ins, I was just like, holy shit. He was so jacked. But I know exactly, as soon as I saw the name, I knew exactly who you were talking about. Yeah, I think that he was really good. I'm not sure if he's as good of an MMA guy as he was like a kickboxer, like a strict kickboxer. He was amazing. I don't know if he was as good as an MMA guy, but guys like him, it sucks because he kind of got faded out because he got too old. You know, he just kind of got old and he couldn't compete anymore. And to be very honest, drug testing changed the game. Yeah, I guess we'll never know, right? Uh, let me look this up. I'm gonna see what. Oh man. Oh boy. Holy cow. Hara, what's going on, bro? It's all good in this hood over here. Here's one. Elite XC. That was the Elite XC was the organization that went under because they were rigging the fights. This says that Kimbo Slice's record was only 6-2. That doesn't make any sense. What? 60 degrees on Monday, bro? Damn. Kimbo Slice's pro MMA record was 6-2. Damn, dude. Wow. Let me look at this, Peyton. I think you're making stuff up. Who's texting me? I guess you're right. Getting into the 60s next week. Dang. I wonder if spring's going to come a little early for us. We're kind of ahead of schedule when it comes to those type of temperatures. Dang, bro. Better get the golf equipment out, bro. Yeah, why would it be 60? That's kind of like early for us, isn't it? Um, I don't think I told you not to eat, but I mean, if you're overweight and you're eating once a day, like one good meal a day, and then if you're not eating in the afternoon before you go to bed, and then you sleep, and then you eat a breakfast and a lunch, I mean, honestly, you're doing all right. Basically, if you're not eating through the afternoon and then going to sleep and then get up in the morning and eat breakfast and eat a lunch, you're doing all right there, I believe. That's my opinion. What? Hara, what are you talking about, bro? Peyton, I don't know what you mean by that. What's the last comment? Oh, your golf equipment's already out? Is that what you're saying? I do believe that there's something to kind of like the one meal or two meals a day thing. Like if you get up in the morning and you eat, and then you eat a normal breakfast, like when you wake up in the morning, you eat like a normal lunch at noon, and you don't eat all the way through to the next day, like next day at breakfast, another lunch, and then you keep doing that, you will naturally lose weight. You should. Holy cow, bro. I don't think I could eat and then go golfing because, like, when I swing, I twist my stomach. It's gonna hurt. But again, guys, when I give these like little tips or whatever, these are all my opinions. It's not factual stuff. So basically, what you're doing is if you're only having those two meals a day, like if you're eating breakfast and lunch, and then you don't eat all the way through the afternoon, and then you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning and you eat breakfast, lunch again. You're just fasting. That's all it is. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't believe you're out there golfing in the cold, bro. So, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Like everybody's body is different, everybody's needs are different. So for me, I would typically be eating as little as possible, but I would just be taking like little bites of food. So I might have like a slice of chicken, a slice of a potato, a slice of fruit, like handfuls of food. That's all I would eat at a time. But that's me. Like everybody's different. Damn. 16 hours, no food. Well, hell's bells. That's that's a good start right there. 10 pounds in 3 weeks, that's tough. My advice to you though is understand that when you're hungry, you might want to have some kind of like protein or something. Like I said, you can have a sliver of chicken. You can have a sliver of steak. It's lean meat. It's not going to hurt you. You can have vegetables. You can have fruit. You just can't have a bag of chips in a pop. Like you can't do that to yourself. So this is what I'm trying to explain to people is like, there is not one single way to do everything. It's going to be like what your needs are. It's going to be what triggers your body into like burning fat or, growing muscle, whatever you're trying to do. So your needs, your body type, you're going to have to drink a lot of water. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. That'll help, you know. And I would advise to take a vitamin as well, like an everyday, like a one a day vitamin. Yeah, I was eating handfuls of food. I was like I might as well just ate bird food. Yeah, that's the hard part. So this is what I was explaining. If I'm working out a lot, my body, I'm so hungry I can't stand it. So I have to eat tiny little meals throughout my day, maybe five or six. Yeah, so you can eat apples. That's not bad for you. And I mean, there's really no calories there. I would just tell you not to eat 10 apples, I would tell you to eat a mixture of food, like have an apple, have some broccoli, have a little bit of like a little bit of rice, not a lot of rice, like a couple bites, like two tablespoons of rice. You know, some chicken breast, some steak, some lean ground beef. You can do that. Bro, if you're cooking pigeons, you're in a bad spot. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm a guru or anything like that. I just try to give people the best advice I can. Um, Again, a lot of this stuff is just my opinions from my experiences. Um, but again, like everybody has different needs. So you could say, you could tell somebody to get on a certain diet, but they may have different needs than an athlete. An athlete may have different needs compared to like a normal person who doesn't really want to work out that much. Um, Body types, you know, everybody has a different body type. Some people are allergic to foods or they're sensitive to foods. So you got to be careful of that as well. Horror, man. Why are you trying to eat the pigeons, bro? That's messed up. Oh my gosh. Damn pigeons. Well, I think the advice I'm giving is coming from my experiences, and I've been through the loops. You know, I've been through um, like all carb diets, all protein diets, you know, a little bit of everything, less food, more food, a lot of water, a little water, you know, like all the supplements. I took all kinds of different supplements. So I'm just speaking from my experiences. Horror, man. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy, dude. I don't think you're joking. I didn't say you were joking. Yeah, so I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I have pushed my body to the limits, and in certain circumstances, like especially like the carb loading thing, I went on to, like when you're carb loading and you're trying to diet down and you're doing extra work to burn these carbs off, these extra carbs, it's hell. It was absolute hell. And so I had to cut the carbs out. I mean, you just have to. But that was what happened with me. Um, All right, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me with these pigeon stories. But I will say this, and I really preach this to a lot of people. Juicing your vegetables and fruits, there's nothing better for your body than that. When you start juicing your vegetables and fruits, and my main ones were always broccoli, carrot, apple, orange. And I could drink a bunch of that fruit juice, vegetable juice. And I'm telling you, for like, I didn't eat a single carb for like 6 to 7 months. All I ate was lean meats. Lean meats, I juiced my vegetables and fruits, and I was absolutely lean. I was lean and I had energy. Oh my God. So you're eating the crippled pigeons? Dude, I don't know if that's good for karma, man. You were taking out the crippled pigeons? Oh boy. What? So you were naming them too? Oh man, this is too much, bro. Dang, you guys had pet pigeons? This is crazy. This story is getting crazier and crazier. This is a trip. Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't even put that in your head, man. I wouldn't even be thinking about it. I mean, I've heard of these things like people who are camping in the wilderness, like, or people who like kind of live in the woods type stuff. What ends up happening is it's almost like nature comes in around you, and Yeah, that stuff gets scary. I didn't find any tigers. Yeah, those big cats, man, they'll be on you before you knew they were there. They're super fast. Bird, bird dog. Yeah, what's up, man? So yeah, I hear about this stuff all the time. Like birds kind of train themselves, or squirrels training themselves, so they can eat every day. I get it. Not working out this time. I got a really long bike ride today. My bike ride was so long, my watch turned off before I could record the whole thing. Yeah, I try to get a good workout in every day. Yeah, I don't know about this mental ninja stuff. Any advice on working out? I don't know. I would say make goals first. What is your goal? Job search is going all right. Had an interview yesterday morning, so that went pretty well. So hopefully I get like a job offer from them, maybe within the next week. Lose weight, build muscle. It's pretty simple stuff. I mean, just make sure you're getting in your protein. I was just saying this to the other guy. Lean meats. You got to get your lean meats every day, and making sure you're doing some considerable exercise every day to build muscle. If it's calisthenics, lifting weights, whatever you're doing, you got to do something significant to build muscle. I know, right? I got to get some position here soon. Get that cheddar. Get that cheddar, son. Well, I'd move to Australia if I could, but I don't think that deal's going to work out right now. What the hell is that? Yeah, maybe I could apply for a work visa. Yeah, man. That's what I do, dude. Every day is different, right? Just one step at a time. No problem, man. Take it easy. Get some rest. I'm going to get off of here as well. I've been running this for a while. Jeez. All right, guys, take it easy. Good night. I appreciate that, man. I think I will. The guy said he was trying to work up an offer for me. Peace out, bro. Oh, no. All right, Hara, take it easy, man. If anything, like, I'm going to run out for a little bit, and then maybe when I get back, I'll fire this back up. But I don't know. We'll see. That's what we were talking about. I had an interview yesterday that went pretty well, so hopefully I get an offer from them. Well, listen, guys, I'm shutting it down. Like I said, maybe if I stay up for a while, I'll probably cut it back on or turn it back on after a while. Okay. I know you're new, but I'm sorry. I'm just about to turn this off. I've let this YouTube live run for like an hour and 20 at least. All right, dude. See you later, Hara.